I did not stop once I started because this ended up being so cute.
What is up, you guys? It is officially December 1st. I am in my Nightmare Before Christmas. I just took a shower. Today is already going to be a busy day. This is going to be a little bit different. As you can tell, I don't have a book with me right at this moment. For the end of the year, I want to do something a little bit different. I want to do a little December or end of the year vlog. This is my goal for this month. I really want to do a reading vlog so you guys get to see my reactions here. I always post on TikTok and the reels of my reactions, but I don't know, I want you guys to see them, I guess, in long form content too. I just want to share with you guys as I'm like reading. And I'm sticking to 3 books. I'm only sticking to 3 books. 3 books. And that's it. Only because I'm reading A Court of Mist and Fury, and then I want to read Icebreakers, and I also want to read, what is it, Ashford Parker Doesn't Fail. Look at me, I'm doing all that by memory. I didn't even have to look. Those are my reading goals, and I think I'm going to do A Court of Mist and Fury first, just because it's the longest, and just because I'm not super into the ACOTAR series. Like, it's okay. So far, it's not my favorite. But what I'm really looking forward to is Icebreakers and Ashford Parker Doesn't Fail. So I want to start with like the biggest, bulkiest book first, power my way through that, and then end kind of on, I don't know, I thought about not wanting to end on like a high fantasy note. Really wanted to end on like, I don't know, or should I end with a high fantasy, or should I save Akama for later? I don't know, now I'm second guessing my decision. And then I also want to do a video, which this might be January before we see this one, where I want to rank every book, or at least I don't know if I want to rank every book that I read this year, because I read a lot of books this year, or if I want to rank every spicy book that I read this year, but I think I'm going to rank every TikTok book that I read this year, just because I feel like that's a little bit, okay, what were the best and worst TikTok books that I've read. Actually, you know what? We're making that the video. It's going to be every TikTok book I read this year ranking or something like that. We'll come up with a really good title. No, we'll come up with a decent title. Anyways, that is the goals for the end of this year. I'm kind of looking forward to it. It's going to be really fun, and I'm excited to jump into 3 of these books, and this is going to be more vlog style than reading style, because I want you guys on this journey with me. I want you guys on the journey with me for the end of the year. But today we are going to maybe put up our tree, maybe put up and decorate our tree, and then I'm going to Dave & Buster's for the first time. Like, we're all going, but this will be my first time going to Dave & Buster's, and this weekend has been so busy. I think we've gone to 3 or 4 different Thanksgivings, and the food was amazing in all of them. I loved going to all of them. It's been a really busy weekend, and we still have more things to do today, so it's going to be a little chaotic. Hopefully the week kind of evens out. So I wanted to start either reading today or tomorrow, because today's December 1st and I need to start reading if I'm going to make this a December reading vlog. So I think I'm going to jump into Akama for A Court of Mist and Fury, and then later we're going to set up the tree, and then here in a few hours we're going to go to Dave & Buster's. And I just wanted to bring you guys on that journey with me. I don't know, I feel like the end of the year stuff is fun, and I don't think I've done a vlog on this channel yet. That's what we're doing. So I can't wait to bring you guys with me. I guess this would be my December vlog intro. So come with me and let's go do all of the things today. Okay. Okay, initially I wasn't going to like stop to go over a chapter because I only just read the next chapter. I just finished chapter 4, and Lucian, Feyre, the town, everybody is traumatized. We just learned what happened. There was more that happened under the mountain for the people that we didn't get to see, and Feyre has been begging to be let out of the castle or palace grounds. Lucian finally takes her, and they're trying to offer their help. And in a kind way, because, if you didn't see my previous video about ACOTAR, I was really rooting for Feyre and Lucian's relationship. I was hoping it was going to blossom. I knew, but it didn't. And now we're seeing their friendship again. So he's kindly telling her that she is a reminder of what they all had to go through under the mountain. So nobody wants her help. And it's just so disheartening. So she's really just sticking to this wedding. All right, let's see what happens. It is officially the next day, which makes today Tuesday. I stayed up till 3:30 a.m., almost reading 200 pages yesterday. I started at chapter 3 and I ended at chapter 18. So I got a good chunk of the way in. I still have to go back and highlight some parts because after a certain point, I just didn't bring my highlighters in bed. But I made it to part 2, The House of Wind. I thought I wasn't going to like this book because the first one was a little bit of a struggle to get through. It takes like 19 chapters to officially get through the nitty-gritty of the book. Backplot. We needed backplot and understanding about each character. I get it, but not 19 chapters worth. This book so far, we jump right into the nitty-gritty of everything. I have marked pages for things that I can go back and answer later that I still have questions for. I mark stuff about Tampon. I mark stuff about Moore, Reese. I really liked Azriel and Cassian. I did mark some of their pages. I love their banter. And I love how every step of the way that Feyre is like, I deserve death, Rhysand is like, do not say that again. Ever. Like, I even started recapping the chapters because I was wanting to make sure that I made mental notes, little footnotes. And then the moments where Rhys is connecting with Feyre about their trauma instead of ignoring it like Tamlin did. And then you have Feyre puking her guts out and Rhysand is holding her hair. Do you think Tamlin did any of that? No. I have a lot that I want to go over in this book, but first I want to shower and eat some breakfast. And then you and I are going to have a little chat about what I read yesterday and then my goal for today. I read almost 200 pages yesterday. I might be able to snag in 100 more today. My goal is to finish this by maybe the end of the week because there's like 623 pages. So that's about 100 pages a day, 600 pages, and I can read a little over 100 pages a day. That's what I did yesterday. I was trying to be ahead. So I read a little over 100 pages. I almost read 200 pages yesterday. I got close. I made it to page 188. So I think that's a pretty good chunk of reading. So my goal would probably be, I think I'm going to make my goal chapter 25. So let me shower, eat, and then we will reconvene with everything. Okay, some time has elapsed. Let me just tell you, the world building for this, I can almost like envision the whole thing in my head. I was worried that I wasn't going to like this book. This one, I think I'm able to follow along a little bit better because I'm really bad about slow pace. It's not that I need a fast pace. I just need events to happen. I can't read stagnant. I don't read stagnancy very well at all. As much as I also love Twilight was also hard for me to read for the very same reason. Bella has such a boring point of view sometimes. So it's a little difficult for me to stay on track. I was able to read every book. I was able to read a book a day. So don't think that I don't really enjoy Twilight. I did enjoy Twilight. I read a book a day, but that doesn't mean that Bella's point of view is not a struggle sometimes. I am still currently trying to read Midnight Sun because Edward is so unhinged. I have set that book down like months ago. But book update is things are progressing a little bit how I kind of thought that they would. Our main character, Feyre, is pretty much done with Tampon, but she's really guilty about it, so I don't know if she wants to go back, because right now she's just kind of like torturing him for not going back. I mean, I feel like I would do the same thing too if he did to me what he did to her, so. And I don't want to put any spoilers in here because we're going to save a book review for another day. That'll be sometime in January. My goal today is to try to read at least 50 pages. I know I said my goal this morning, I would try to read to like chapter 24, 25. Because it is already like 10 o'clock, it's almost 10:30, and I have to be somewhere by 3, I'm going to try to read at least 50 pages by then. I also have some computer work that I have to do, and I have some organizing and cleaning that I have to do today, so I don't get to read like 200 pages like I did yesterday. I might stay up till like 3:30 again and do it again. We'll see. So I'm going to go do some highlighting and do some cleaning and some computer work, and then I'm going to read. I will check back in with you guys when that happens. I am so curious about more. I really enjoy the banter between her, Azriel, and Cassian. They're amazing. And Armin, is it Armin? All I can think of is Armin from Attack on Titan. Amren, it's Amren. I'm so curious as to what Amren is. And I'm so interested in the fact that Amren is really interested in Feyre. I am thoroughly enjoying all the characters. Feyre is such a badass. So I will update you guys when I get to a good stopping point. So I have some book updates. I only read 2 chapters yesterday, so I made it chapter 20. But in these 2 chapters, we just got a lot of lore, and I marked a lot actually. I wrote down little side notes too because I know this information is going to be important later on, because now our main character has a more important role to play than she did before. And I am so excited to see what is going to happen, how it's going to happen, what she's going to decide to do. Because this is the most drastic lore that if she chooses to do this, she will be saving not only one land, but her homeland. How is she going to say no? There's no way she's not going to say no. She has to, right? She's definitely going to. She has to do it. So if you have read this book and you've made it to this part in the story, don't
Don't spoil it for me yet. I want to know your thoughts, though. I want to know what you thought. So my goal tonight is to at least get to chapter 29. I'm a little sad that I only got 2 chapters done, but girl math, because I read 200 pages the other day, it cancels out the 100 pages that I would have read yesterday anyways. So I'm going to read a little bit more today, and we're going to put up our tree tonight, so I'm really excited for that. So I'm going to do a little bit more reading, and then I'm going to put up our tree. Oh, and isn't this the coolest Christmas sweater ever? Can't not put up a tree and not have some sort of Christmas sweater going on. Of course, I have to keep it Alex style. Shout out to my friend Samantha for this sweater. I can't remember where she got these sweaters. I'll have to ask her. But that is my update. I will report back whenever I read more, which is hopefully soon because I'm trying to get through these books within 2 weeks. So I will update you guys whenever I read some more, and I will see you then. I'm back, and it is the 13th. I know I originally said that I was going to attempt to read this in like a week. What I did not count on was me being sick. So I got sick, and I didn't feel like reading for a few days, and I kind of fell off for a minute. But I finally finished it. I finished the last half in 2 days, 2.5 days. I don't know. There is so many pages that are marked in here that are dog folded. And I highlighted because I don't think I can now stop highlighting. I ragged on it and now I can't stop highlighting. But there was so much. I wanted to remember all the information because of what everybody was saying. And let me tell you, the one part, if you are an ACOTAR person and you have read the series, because this isn't the video where I'm going to go over every detail. I want to do an entirely separate book review specifically for the book. And then once I'm done the series as a whole. One of the characters is known to be a truth teller. Like, she has to tell the truth. A character calls her out, saying that she's always been a liar. I don't know how to take that because this is not a good person, but there's also been so many twists. I'm not sure what to think. And I was not expecting the twist at the end, and then I was a little relieved when it worked out. Yeah, I actually really enjoyed this story. I didn't think I was going to because the first one was kind of hard to get through until about chapter 20, the end of chapter 20. But I actually did like this book, and I'm really excited to read the next book. So let me get out my list. If you remember from before, here's my list, and now we get to check off a book. Check. Akamov is now checked off. So all we have left to read is Icebreakers and Ashford Parker Doesn't Fail. I was debating which one I wanted to read next, but I think I want to end with Ashford Parker Doesn't Fail. I think that's just going to be a really good winter read. I know Icebreakers should be a really good winter read, but I don't know. I feel like finishing on a Woman Love Woman book is going to be like top notch. I wrote it in order of what I wanted to do. I think I'm going to stick with Icebreakers and then Ashford Parker Doesn't Fail because it is the only book that is not on my TikTok recommended list between all 3 of these books. Akamov was a TikTok recommended and Icebreakers was a TikTok recommended. Those were the 2 most popular on TikTok. Ashford Parker Doesn't Fail was recommended by my friend. I didn't even know about these books until my friend showed me. So my next book of choice is Icebreakers by Hannah Grace. And I'll go ahead and read the back for you guys because I have no idea what this book is about. I knew what ACOTAR was about before I started reading because I'd already seen all the TikToks. I have not seen a singular TikTok about Icebreakers, so I'm going in blind. Anastasia Allen has worked her entire life for a shot at Team USA. It looks like everything is going according to plan when she gets a full scholarship to the University of California, Maple Hills, and lands a place on their competitive figure skating team. Nothing will stand in her way, not even the captain of the hockey team, Nate Hawkins. Nate's focus as team captain is on keeping his team on the ice, which is tricky when a facilities mishap means they are forced to share a rink with the figure skating team, including Anastasia, who clearly can't stand him. Ooh, so is this going to be enemies to lovers or like frenemies to lovers? But when Anastasia's skating partner faces an uncertain future, she may have to look to Nate to take her shot. Sparks fly, but Anastasia isn't worried because she could never like a hockey player, right? So, the Step Up movie, but ice skating. I don't know. I think it'll be good. I'm a sucker for enemies to lovers. That is definitely a trope for me. Ooh, and only 429 pages. I can read this within the week. Don't hold me to that. But I can totally try to read this within a week. Not say I'm gonna, but I could. Next step, I am going to pick out a bookmark. This is the bookmark I was using for Akimov. I just figured since she was in the night court for like the entire thing. I mean, come on. Is that not Starfall right there? We got the Night Court Mountains, and then we have Starfall. It was sitting right there. It was perfect. So now I gotta choose one for icebreakers. And I will check back in with you guys when I have an update. It is currently December 16th, and I actually finished Icebreakers last night on the 15th. So I think I started the 13th, so 13, 14, 15. Yeah, I read this thing in 3 days. I actually couldn't put it down. I think there's like 429. Yeah, there's 429 pages in here, and I read it in 3 days. I did not stop once I started because this ended up being so cute. I was not expecting the rom-com of it all because normally when I read a smutty book, they're the dark smutty books. So this was totally new for me and I really enjoyed it. I just want to say that the description is misleading though. But when Anastasia's skating partner faces an uncertain future, she may have to look to Nate to take her shot. I thought that was going to be the whole plot and they weren't going to get along and she was going to have to ask him to skate for, like with her as her partner stand-in. And that does happen, but not in the way that you would think because at that point the relationship is already established. But I do enjoy this book. It was so cute. I laughed so much. My partner's not here right now. I laughed so much during this book. I did dogfold some of the pages, not as many that I normally would, just because there wasn't anything that I was going to have to prepare for like a second book. They were just so funny. The banter, our main character, she is so headstrong and stubborn and I love her. Anastasia, she is amazing. She's hilarious and her banter with Nathan and her banter with Nathan's friends are even better. There are some things that I also would like to change or add to this book, but I don't want to go over that now. I want to save that for its own video, like I am with Akimov. So I get to check another book off the list. The goal is to get these done before the new year, but my personal goal, before Christmas. Get our handy dandy whiteboard. Icebreakers. Check. Now we just have to do Ashford Parker doesn't fail. So I will go ahead and read the back for you guys. An interior designer who is never without the perfect plan learns to renovate her love life without one in this new romantic comedy by Ashley Herring Blake, author of Delilah Green Doesn't Care. For Ashford Parker, failure is unacceptable. Ever since she broke up with her fiancé a year ago, she's been focused on her career. Her friends might say she's obsessed, but she knows she's just driven. When Prue Everwood asks her to be the designer of the Everwood Inn's renovations, which will be featured on a popular HGTV show, Inside America, Astrid is thrilled. Not only will the project distract her from her failed engagement and help her struggling business, but her perpetually displeased mother might finally give her a nod of approval. Ugh, the mother! She was so problematic in the first one. However, Astrid never planned on Jordan Everwood, Prue's granddaughter and the lead carpenter for the renovation, who despises every modern design decision Astrid makes. Jordan is determined to preserve the history of her family's inn, particularly as the rest of her life is in shambles. When that determination turns into some light sabotage to ruffle Astrid's perfect little feathers, the showrunners ask them to play up the tension. But somewhere along the way, their dislikes for each other evolves into something quite different, and Astrid must decide what success truly means. Is she going to pursue the life that she's expected to lead, or the one that she wants? I am so ready. I'm so excited. The first one was so good. I love Delilah Green Doesn't Care. I don't have the book with me to show you because it was my friend's book. This is also my friend's book. So I can't dogfold the pages. If you're new here, I'm not allowed to dogfold these pages. So my friend, my sister, if you are watching, I'm not going to dogfold your pages. Or highlight. I didn't highlight the last one either. I don't think there was anything. There was a few things that I would have highlighted. Like I said, the banter. But the pages are also just like really thin, and I didn't want to have the highlighter bleed through the pages. So this is also a slightly smutty book. I was warned this time. I was not warned the last time. I was expecting a sweet little rom-com, just a cute little love story, and then bam, titties are out. It was fantastic. So this time I'm prepared for the smut. I'm excited to jump back into this world. I really fell in love with Delilah and Claire in the last one. And Astrid, she was so fun when her sister would tease her. So I'm really curious to see how Jordan's going to torment Astrid. She's just really fun to torment. She just makes it so easy. Astrid Parker Doesn't Fail. I am going to start probably today. My internet's out today, so it's a good day to read. It's an overcast day. My internet is out. It's a perfect day to read. All right, 386 pages. I don't think that I'm going to be able to read this one as fast as I read Icebreakers. I don't know. Don't hold me to that. I only say that I'm unsure because I have a few things going on this week. We're going to the Chinese Lantern Festival. We're going to see Santa again. And then I'm visiting my family for an early Christmas because some of them won't be here on Christmas. And I still have a few more presents that I have to wrap while everybody's out of the house. So this will be in my spare time read. So I think today I'm going to wrap some more presents, read, pick up my mini from school, do laundry, and then maybe read some more before I cook dinner. So I will see you guys when I have an update, and I might update more because I don't think I updated at all. I just powered through here. By the time that I was like, oh, I should pull out my camera to update what's happening, I only had this many pages left. So I'll wait until I'm done the book to update everybody. So I will try to remember. This is so bad. I will try to remember to update you guys. If not, I will see you guys when the book is done. Okay, bye. is officially December 23rd, and I have finished Ashford Parker Doesn't Fail. If you're wondering about the bookmark, it's because I'm reading the Iris Kelly Doesn't Date bonus chapter. So I finished the book. I'm just reading the bonus chapter, but I finished it like 2 o'clock last night, so I wasn't too worried about finishing the bonus chapter. I have a few things to say about this book, and I think I'm going to end up making a second video. I think for all 3 books, I'm making a separate video to actually like sit down and review the books. But while I did enjoy this book, it was different than the first one. And I'll talk more about that in the separate video that I'll make later on. But the vibe is completely different, but I also think that's because our main character's vibe is completely different. And in the first book, the main character's point of view paints us a picture of Astrid and who she is as a person through our other main character's eyes, because it's through her sister's point of view. Well, this story is Astrid's point of view, so we're having this whole new character, whole new dynamic, a whole new personality, and I think it really does affect the storytelling of the book itself. So I did like this book. I thought it was really cute. To me, it was not as cute as the first one. I really enjoyed the first one, the Delilah Green Doesn't Care book. Ashford Parker Doesn't Date. This was really cute, and Astrid, I really do actually enjoy Astrid's character. Jordan, she's okay. She's not my favorite. She went through hell, I will say. Both characters went through hell. Jordan went through hell in a different way, and I do like their love story. I think their love story was very cute. It was a very sweet read. It was a little fast-paced for me. I don't think that I really got to enjoy... I don't want to spoil it. It was just very fast-paced, and I wish it could have been more. I feel like it could have been more full. But I really did enjoy this book, and I think it was a great way to end the year. I think this is going to be my last book of the year. I'm not going to try to force myself to read anything else, because it is the 23rd, so there's not much time left. There's time. I might. I just don't know if I want to make that kind of commitment right now to start a new book before the end of the year with so many days left. So all in all, I actually enjoyed all 3 books. I enjoyed Akamoth, Icebreakers, and Ashford Parker Doesn't Fail. I thought all 3 were perfect winter reads. I know that winter is kind of just starting, and we're going to be going through January and February for our winter as well. So I might retitle this like December reading vlog. But this is my beginning of winter reading vlog. And I think those were like the perfect 3 books to either kickstart off my winter and to like wave goodbye to 2024. I think in January, I'm going to try to come up with an actual reading goal. And I have one in mind that I want to like kickstart my year with. I don't know. I feel like it would be crazy. So future Alex, don't hold this past Alex, present Alex to this thought process. But I'm thinking, technically, I have Powerless, my partner's Scythe series, and the Shatter Me series I still have to read. And those could be some good, like, more winter or, like, spring reading. So I think I might save those for spring because, hold on, just my stack of books. This is such a spring cover right here. You can't convince me this is not a spring or a summer read right here. And I'm pretty sure the second one has already come out too. So I feel like I want to save those for either spring or, like, early summer, late spring read. I've been so excited to read Powerless. It's been on my list for forever now. I just have been doing other things and reading other books. So Powerless is still on the list. I'm not taking it down because it's literally holding up everything. But I have Sanctuary of the Shadow, Everything We Never Said, and Soul of a Witch. I still have all of these to read as well. So what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, and however many is in the Shatter Me series. So I still have all of those to read, but I think I'm going to put those aside first. And I'm going to kickstart the year off with a book that I've been meaning to read for the past 4 years. I asked my mom for it 4 years ago because this is an author that she has read every book that he's ever written, like ever. And I've never read a 2,000-page book before. So I don't know. I feel like that would be a good challenge to start the year off with. Okay, it's not 2,000 pages, but it's close enough. 1,071 pages. So I've never read anything over an 800-page book. I think it would be a fun start of the year, and just to see how long it takes me to read it. So future Alex, don't hold me to this, but I think that's going to be my plan. All these books. So many books, not enough space. So I hope you enjoyed this reading vlog, my first reading vlog. I enjoyed reading with you guys. Tell me in the comments, have you read these books yet? Are these on your TBR? Did you DNF any of these books? Because honestly, this was such a cute book. Like I said, the back is so misleading, but this was such a cute book. I enjoyed Icebreakers. I thoroughly enjoyed Akamoff, A Court of Mist and Fury, and I really did enjoy Ashford Parker Doesn't Fail. That one was really cute. I just wish there was more. Let me know what was on your winter reading list. Did you accomplish your winter reading list? Are there books that you've gotten right now in your TBR that you want to save for next year's winter reading list or early spring reading? But as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you guys have an amazing end of the year and an amazing start of the new year, wherever you are in the world, wherever and whenever you're watching. Thanks for tuning in, and I cannot wait to see you guys in the next one. Okay, bye. Psh.